In every forest, in every ocean, a voice is calling. This is Voices for the Wild. Every creature has a voice.
They call it the wild, but out here it's a court of kings, where air challenges water, where muscle wrestles oxygen, where myth meets evolution, one decision at a time. Tonight, 4 realms open. In the swamp, a bald eagle dives for glory, while an alligator waits to turn a heartbeat into history.
They call one the Lord of the Skies, the other the King of the Swamp. When air meets water, victory lasts a heartbeat, and a single mistake lasts forever. This is the southeastern wild, cypress knees, blackwater channels, and a food web built on audacity. Here, an adult bald eagle dares to fish where an alligator rules. Both are apex, both are confident, and both can be wrong. The eagle, 7-foot wingspan, bone-crushing talons, and eyes that read ripples from 100 feet up. The alligator, armor like a medieval wall, a bite that can shatter bone, and a patience that outlasts daylight. Speed versus stealth, reach versus raw power. Up high, the eagle owns angles, sun at its back, wind in its favor. Down low, the gator owns silence, the ambush zone where distance disappears. The battlefield is a mirror, glass on top, a trap below. Circling, the eagle maps currents and shadows. It isn't reckless, it is precise. The gator barely moves, letting the water speak for it. A tail twitch writes one word, come closer, a swirl, a flash. The eagle folds its wings. This is commitment. No brakes, no plan B. If the timing is off by a breath, the water will bury that mistake. Impact. Talons rake the surface, searching for purchase. Fish, turtle, or the narrow neck of a juvenile gator. Spray explodes into sunlight. Momentum is everything. Hesitation is death. The swamp answers. The gator surges, jaws scissoring the space where tail feathers were a blink ago. Close enough to feel the pressure wave, close enough to end the story. For a heartbeat, it's a tie. Weight versus lift, water versus wind. The eagle beats upward, every stroke a refusal to lose. The gator tries to anchor the moment, to turn struggle into stillness. Sometimes the eagle wins on precision. Small prey, clean angle, a climb that outruns teeth. Sometimes the swamp collects its tax, a clamp, a roll, and silence returning to the surface. And what makes it iconic isn't just power, it's judgment under impossible pressure. The eagle must read the future in ripples. The gator must make one burst count. Both know that a single decision can rewrite the food chain for the day. Air versus water, talon versus tooth. Who owned the moment today?
In the Amazon, an anaconda writes pressure like a sentence, while a caiman answers with teeth.
A river holds its breath. In the dark water, a coil thick as a tree limb slides past a jaw built to break bone. One kills by crushing, the other by biting. Only one can breathe. This is the Amazon, flooded forest, tannin black channels, and a food web that pays in risk. Every ripple is a rumor, every breath a bet. Tonight, an anaconda and a caiman take the same wager. The green anaconda, massive muscle braided into living rope, lungs riding high to keep the head buoyant, a body designed to turn motion into a trap. The caiman, armor-plated patience, ambush vision, and a clamp that can turn a limb into driftwood. Constriction versus crush bite. Silence versus snap. In the weeds, the anaconda writes with pressure and leverage, wrapping vitals, collapsing chest walls, stalling the blood. Along the margins, the caiman controls angles, shallow water, sudden pivots, a lunge measured in meters, but decided in inches. The snake tastes the current, tongue flicking for chemistry the eye can't see. The caiman does less, because stillness is the loudest threat in a river that chatters. Both are waiting for the same mistake. A swirl. The caiman drifts closer to investigate. The anaconda's head disappears beneath a curtain of grass. From above, nothing changes. Below, everything does. Impact. A loop lands across the torso, then another, and another. Constriction is not just squeezing, it's engineering. Each coil finds purchase. Each turn steals breath, slows blood, and forces choices the heart can't win. Teeth answer muscle. The Caiman drives a bite into the snake's mid-body, grinding past scale and skin, looking for spine or artery. The river erupts, bubbles, mud, shredded weeds. The log to the left becomes a weapon, a lever in a silent tug-of-war. The Caiman initiates a partial death roll, trying to tear free or tear the snake. The Anaconda tightens and migrates its coils toward the chest and neck, where every millimeter of pressure taxes the lungs and the blood return. Breath is the currency, and the debt is compounding. Some nights, precision endurance wins, the coils hold, the heartbeat stutters, and the river watches the Anaconda claim what it risked everything to take. Other nights, the bite lands right, deep, decisive, and the snake releases, sinking like a rope cut loose. In this duel, draws are common and scars are the only trophies. This is power without speeches, judgment with no second chances. The Anaconda must manage oxygen and leverage for minutes at a time. The Caiman must turn one burst into a verdict. Both are apex. Neither is safe. Pure power versus brute endurance. If you had to choose, who owns the river tonight?
In the arena of legends, lion and tiger step into the same circle, crowns forged by sun and shadow.
Two names rule the wild, lion and tiger, both called king. Both carry crowns of muscle and myth. When they meet, the world asks again, who is the true king of beasts? Across centuries, from Roman arenas to Mughal courts and Victorian menageries, humans have staged the unthinkable. A lion and a tiger face to face. One born of the sun-baked savanna, the other of the shadowed jungle. Royalty from two worlds colliding. The lion, muscular chest, protective mane, heart trained for war by a life of defending a pride. The tiger, heavier, denser, built for solo combat where every hunt is a duel to the death. One leads, the other survives alone. The lion thrives in open terrain, using teamwork and presence to control space. The tiger rules ambush zones, jungle, mist, and cover. When you strip away their homes, you leave instincts bare. No backup, no terrain advantage, just skill. Lions trust in roar and intimidation, testing foes with presence. Tigers trust in timing and precision, no roar before strike. Different philosophies of power. One broadcasts, one waits. Dust lifts. The lion steps forward, mane shaking like fire. The tiger circles, eyes locked, muscles loaded like coiled springs. Two predators reading each other's rhythm. A rush, a clash, claws connect. The tiger strikes with lower center gravity, knocking the lion off balance. But the mane absorbs damage that would fell others. Roar meets snarl. Earth trembles with heritage. The tiger drives its weight, rear legs kicking like pistons. The lion counters with brute headbutts and claw arcs. Each second feels like a century of evolution compressed into muscle memory. Most records say the tiger prevails. Its extra mass and solo training give the edge. Yet the lion never dies quietly. Its final roar is a reminder that leadership is not measured by wins alone, but by will. Biomechanically, the tiger is 10 to 20% heavier, longer in forelimbs, and uses rear leg power like a wrestler. The lion's mane reduces injury, a natural helmet for a social fighter. Nature built each for a different theater. In myth, the lion rules the day, sun, honor, community. The tiger rules the night, shadow, silence, solitude. Their crowns do not compete, they complement. Two faces of royalty, two definitions of power. Pride versus power. Mane versus muscle. If you had to choose, who would you crown as the true king of beasts?
India's dry forest, a Bengal tiger meets a bear built from stubborn thunder. Speed versus toughness, precision versus pain.
Two top predators meet on a dusty path. One moves like a blade, the other like a battering ram. When food, cubs, or pride are at stake, nobody blinks first. This is India's wild heart. Teak forests, rocky gullies, and water holes where news travels on alarm calls. A Bengal tiger and a bear, sloth or brown, cross paths. The river doesn't judge. The forest keeps score. The tiger, acceleration, precision, a neck-bite blueprint evolved to end fights fast. The bear, bone-deep toughness, shovel-like claws, a will that doesn't read warnings. Speed versus endurance, edges versus armor. Carcasses draw them together. Fruit trees and termite mounds do too. Sometimes it's territory, sometimes cubs nearby. Most times, it's a moment that starts small and gets loud. The tiger reads angles, looking for flanks, hamstrings, and the moment a throat is unguarded. The bear squares up, swats to stun, then bulldozes, turning space into pressure and pressure into panic. A snort, a step. The tiger's tail flicks a warning. The bear rises slightly, a dark wall with teeth. Distance shrinks into decision. Impact, sand lifts. The tiger lunges, claws raking. The bear's paw lands like a hammer. Both absorb, both answer. Neither yields. The tiger tries the old plan. Behind the shoulder, drag the fight sideways. The bear bites, clinches, and keeps walking forward. Pain tolerance becomes a weapon, and the tiger rethinks the math. With a sloth bear defending cubs, ferocity multiplies. The tiger backs off or risks everything. With a brown bear near parity, it shoves and short bursts until one decides the prize isn't worth the hospital bills the forest will never pay. On paper, the tiger is faster and cleaner. In reality, the bear doesn't break. Claws cut, teeth cut deeper. But grit is the blade that outlasts them all. Most of these duels end the way the forest prefers. Undecided. It's rare, it's raw, and it leaves both sides change. A meeting of precision and punishment. Two philosophies of power colliding over a meal, a boundary, or a heartbeat. Speed or toughness? Who owns the clearing today?
These are not just fights. They are philosophies of power. Timing versus tolerance. Teamcraft versus solo mastery. Breath versus bite. 4 showdowns. 4 answers to the oldest question in nature. Who owns the moment? Choose your champion. And let the wild decide.
Tell us what you think and which animal you want us to explore next.